Welcome to EduPal Canada. We are here to support you, help you, and achieve your dream to study and immigrate in Canada. Hey, how are you? My name is Kanal. I'm a managing director of Star Education Advisor. We're going to be talking today to Royal Road University. And I am just checking in. I'm waiting for a person to come online. The coordinator who will be talking to is Nicole.
Hello.
Hi, Nicole.
How are you, Kunal?
I'm doing super well. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. I'm here on campus. It was a little rainy earlier, but it is brightened up, and I'm in front of Hatley Castle, our campus centerpiece. So, hello.
Yeah, that's fantastic. It's such a beautiful place. Beautiful fall day out there in BC.
Gorgeous. Very nice day here. How is it there?
In Canada, it's we are in the same country, but I am from Montreal, and at this moment it's 5 o'clock. It's already dark here, and I'm like, okay, I need some nice setup in my house. so I set the little things up, little studio for our company, so we can talk from here.
Wonderful.
Yeah. Can you tell me a little bit about, I know you are in BC, 100% a beautiful weather, 100% is a place that lots of Canadians desire to be in. Can you talk a little bit about Victoria or BC where you are right now?
Sure, definitely. Well, you mentioned the weather. It is a little bit on the chilly side today, but we don't drop down too much more than what, most Canadians would consider to be fall weather. So this is a fairly typical fall winter day. We don't get snow very often here in Victoria, maybe 1 or 2 snowfalls a year. And it's a fun experience when we do. People don't really know how to drive in it, so everyone just stops and has a big snowball fight. But it's very mild. In the summer, we have a Mediterranean climate, so not a lot of rain in the summer. We do get some rain the rest of the year. The Pacific Northwest is known for that. But it's a beautiful place to live. And it's always, with the exception of those 1 or 2 days a year when people are enjoying the snow, it is a place where people are hiking and biking and really just able to get out and about because the weather isn't an obstacle. It itself is quite big. It's the size of the Netherlands or Taiwan, approximately. And so there's a lot to explore on the island beyond Victoria. Victoria is the provincial capital, so we're at the very southern tip of the island. And with us being the capital, although our population on paper looks quite small, between the tourism and the capital city, it's a very bustling, very opportunity-filled city. There's a lot of different industries because we're the capital, and it's just a wonderful place to be. I'm originally from Toronto, which is Canada's biggest city, and I have moved to Victoria and made my home here. The differences that I find are that it's just a little bit of slower pace. People are very friendly here. Not that they're not in Toronto, but here it's extra noticeable. People will say hello to you. They'll have a conversation in the grocery store. And we've heard from our students that it's a very welcoming place to be. Yeah. That when people arrive, people take the time to help them get settled. And also in terms of connections with work, people really go the extra mile to help you, in your search. And then the community is just very connected. So it's a wonderful place to be.
Yeah, I think that's what basically is any international student actually need in their life. Is like that sense of belonging and the quality of life, and you go abroad and people are helping you out. And for me, I think that has been one of the biggest experience in life also. Wherever I studied abroad, always been like, okay, if I get integrated in the society, I call that place home for a longer period of time. I experience the culture, experience the people, and I think that's what I always figured out when they go to BC. People take the very good balance of health, lifestyle, helping people out, and I think for that reason, I think RRU or Victoria is always an ideal destination on the western part of Canada. Can you touch me a little bit, Nicole, on the bachelor's and master's program in RRU, because a lot of inquiries are coming in that direction?
Absolutely. So Royal Roads University is a little bit of a different university in that we're established and geared mainly towards the working professional. So we offer many graduate level programs, mostly masters, and they are geared towards professionals who have a couple of years experience at minimum We do have one program that does not require any work experience. That's our Master of Arts in International Intercultural Communication. But most of our programs require a little bit of work experience. It's small class size, so about 35 students per class. It's a cohort model, so students are studying together. They're learning from each other's experiences. And, the context of having had some work experience really imbues the master's programs with a real specialness of learning beyond just the academics, but also learning from each other. So that's a wonderful aspect of Royal Roads. And our master's programs, we have programs in business, tourism, leadership, as I mentioned, communications, and also environmental science. If you go to our website, royalroads.ca, there's a full list of programs, and it will highlight all the master's programs as well as undergraduate offerings. So we do have 4-year undergraduate programs. Those are in the areas of tourism. So we have a Bachelor of Arts in Global Tourism Management, a Bachelor of Arts in International Hotel Management, and also a BBA program in business and BBA in innovation and sustainability. So those 3 programs are offered as a 4-year program, and they're specifically geared towards students, international students who may require a little bit more language upgrading. The requirement for those 3 programs in a 4-year format is a 6.0 IELTS. Yeah. And a little bit of academic preparation in the first 2 years. And then in those 3 programs, we also offer them as degree completion. And as degree completion, they merge with those 4-year programs. They're also offered on their own as degree completion. And we have some other degree completion programs as well. So combining years 3 and 4 into a 12-month format in our programs, Bachelor of Arts in Professional Communication, Bachelor of Arts in Justice Studies, and our Bachelor of Science in Environmental Science. So that's an interesting way as well. If students already have some post-secondary, a diploma or the equivalent, 60 credits, they can come into our degree completion programs. And so we have a variety of programs. We have PhD programs as well. Many of our programs are blended, but we also have on-campus programs. So if you're looking at our website and you're going to the programs page, if you're looking for an on-campus program, just have a look at the delivery mode and you'll see whether it's offered on campus in a blended format or both. Sometimes there's both options, but those are a good thing to look at in terms of helping you decide. If you are looking to come and study in Victoria, then the on-campus programs may be what you're looking for.
Can you touch a little bit difference between MBA and a global management program and why it's advantageous to study a global management program?
Sure. So we do have an MBA program. At the moment, it is only offered in a blended format. Our MBA is an MBA in executive management. So that program is for students join when they have at least 7 years experience. Our Master of Global Management program, the work experience requirement for that is 2 years. So we do get students coming in with a little bit less work experience in that program. But we also find that the Master of Global Management is just such a versatile program. So we find that we have students coming from all kinds of disciplines and fields into that program. And they may be looking to get that business edge. So perhaps they've been an engineer and they've started to get a little bit more senior in their role, and they're looking for that managerial experience. So it's a stepping stone up to the managerial roles in a lot of ways. And for that reason, we see a lot of different people coming in from a lot of different fields. As I mentioned, engineering, IT, human resources, marketing, really across the board. And you can just imagine that when students come in with all these different backgrounds, that they are joining and creating discussions around the multidisciplinary aspect of that program. So it's a really beautiful program in that it creates a lot more context for students, again, in addition to the academics. And it's very applicable across many different disciplines.
Yeah, so 2 years of work experience, I actually can go to global management program and learn about leadership, learn with the people from all across the world. And it's an interdisciplinary program. And I think in the program or in RRU, we always talk a lot. Can you touch a little bit on a flexible admission also, Nicole?
Yes, absolutely. So our flexible admissions policy is truly that. I mean, you'll see a lot of schools may have a flexible admissions policy around substituting some work experience for the GPA, for example. Our flexible admissions policy does cover if you have more work experience than is required, as is outlined on each program page. So each program page has a little bit of each program has a little bit of a different flexible admissions criteria. But essentially, it's that we value your work experience, your life experience, and we look at it holistically. So if a student has more than 5 years experience working, then that can substitute for some years of academics. So if they only have a college diploma, then there's a flexible admissions pathway for students to come in under flexible admissions with more work experience. So it's worth checking out, but I would just advise that students look at the appropriate program page, because it does vary program by program a little bit. But we do consider students very holistically here at Royal Roads. And if there's any confusion about whether you will, if you don't feel that you are going to be eligible under standard admission, and you're curious about whether you'll be eligible under flexible admission, then you can certainly just reach out to us and we can help you with that. And Kunal can send any inquiries through to me, and we can do an assessment and let us know what we think in advance of the application.
Yeah, so guys, doesn't matter where you come from, what is your background is, and if you think you want to study in RRU, you come to us. We're going to get back to you. Like, we're going to have a discussion with you. We're going to have a discussion with Nicole also, and see a possibility which program is fulfilling for you in this university, because this is a public university, great location. There are a lot of things around, great quality of life. And again, there's one of the point which I would like to cover after this, which is a tuition fee. Can you touch on the tuition fee? Because according to my understanding, it's very, very competitive with the Canadian market, and a good quality of life with the amount of fees people are paying actually.
So our tuitions are for our graduate level programs. The average tuition is about $33,000. So that would be the Master of Global Management, the Master of Arts in Tourism Management, the Master of Arts in International Intercultural Communication. Most of our programs that I've mentioned and focused on today are around that $33,000 mark for the program for international tuition. And then for our undergraduate programs, it's an average of about $22,000 per year for our international tuition for undergraduate studies.
Yeah. And Nicole, can you touch a little bit on a tuition is a very, very good price. Can you touch a little bit on a living expenses in Victoria also? Because I know I've been to Vancouver and Victoria, close by places, but there is a like a huge amount of difference when you live in Vancouver or you live in Victoria.
It really depends on what your preference is in terms of living in Victoria. If you're looking to live closer to the downtown core in Victoria, the prices can actually be fairly similar to Vancouver. But we're out on the west shore of Victoria. So we're right on the ocean. It's a beautiful setting. It's a little bit quieter than right downtown. And there's a strong residential community around us. So a lot of houses, condo buildings, new apartment buildings, and a little bit more options. We also have homestay options for students if they're coming and they're getting settled, or they'd like to do homestay for a year if they're undergraduate students. Sometimes they do that for the duration of their program. So typically the costs, depending on if they're looking for a room in a house or they're doing homestay, is between about $750 to $1,000 a month in rent. And then, food and groceries, we'd be looking at a few $100s more on that at the minimum. A bus pass is $77, for example. So if you're comparing that with Vancouver, I think certainly it is a little bit more expensive in Vancouver for the quality of life. If you're looking at a comparable area of Vancouver where it's safe, it's quiet, and then there is that much variety in terms of the housing.
Good. I think I should move to Victoria now.
Yes, you should. It's wonderful here.
No, I should have one office in the West also to serve our client in the West. Compared to Montreal, that can be a very interesting option. I would be the first person going to BC for this, for sure, from my company. I think, and can you touch a little bit on a post-graduation work permit opportunity also for a student? Because I think all your programs are qualified to get the post-graduation work permit, which will automatically going to go for PR applications if people want to stay over the period in Canada. Can you touch a little bit on that, especially for the master's program?
Certainly. So our on-campus programs are the ones to look at if you're looking for the postgraduate work permit eligibility. Not all of our programs are postgraduate work permit eligible, but the on-campus ones over a certain duration typically are. Students in the master's programs who have taken them on campus and fulfilled the 50% on-campus requirement are typically getting the 3-year postgraduate work permit. So that would be if they're taking the 18-month or longer option in those programs. We do have RISIA advisors here at Railroads, and they are part of our student services team and also in our admissions team. And they are very helpful, especially right now with COVID and all of the logistics, and can help students ensure that they are going down the right path if postgraduate work permit is part of their intention and if they're looking to stay and work afterwards. So we have sessions, and you can see on our website that you can have some sessions, and I'll send you that link so that you can post it afterwards. But we do have some sessions with the postgraduate, the RISIA advisors around the postgraduate work permit eligibility and some other immigration factors. So that is something that you would be able to have discussions about your particular situation. But I know also, Kunal is one of our partners. You're very well versed in being able to help advise students too. So that I think that we can give them some keen advice, and we do have official RISIA advisors here at Railroads.
Thanks a lot for watching a complete video. Please subscribe us on YouTube to get your right information about studying in Canada. I am giving you a 5% discount code to get your educational and immigration consultation with EduPal and immigrative visa services, which will allow you to save 5% discount on our consultation services. Follow us for more info on Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, all the medias. We are available. We are bringing you the best possible information, latest update from Canada. Follow for more info. Take care. Bye bye.